So on Easter Sunday of this last year, my neighbor who lives alone, who I kind of look out for, she had a limb break out into her driveway. And naturally that voice, that conscience, that voice in your head spoke to me and just said, go check on her, make sure she's okay. And so I go over, knock on the door, and she's like, yeah, I know, I just saw it. She saw the limb in her driveway, and it was pretty large. I would say it was about a 10-inch diameter section of the tree that fell, broke out right outside the trunk. And so naturally I was like, that voice kept talking to me, and I realized it's Easter, and I noticed she wouldn't spend time with anybody. So she's obviously alone. It's Easter. It's a day where we celebrate Christ and his resurrection, and I felt called to provide service on that day, because she could at least have somebody that was there for her that day. And so I went and got my climbing gear. Guess I was climbing that day, right? I didn't think I was, and got it out, double roped up there, secured the piece. I was operating alone, so I made sure I was taking all of the necessary safety precautions. Went up, cut the piece off, made a clean cut, dropped it down to the ground, and it was no problem. Got everything down safely for her, cleared off her driveway, stacked it all for her. I didn't have, obviously, my chip truck or anything like that to clean up the debris, but I at least made it to where she could get out and go about her day. And afterwards, she blkept trying to offer me some money, and it just didn't feel right. And so I told her, just think about this as a blessing of sorts and a gift. We're just here to ensure our community is taken care of, and that seemed to really struck a chord with her. But yeah, that's Vicki and how I took care of her on Easter.
Hi, my name is Vicki. I am a neighbor to Chase, and he has been so good and so helpful, both him and his wife. They've been wonderful, and I got to know him a little bit. And one day the wind took down one of the limbs off my tree, and he offered to come and fix it and take it down for me and clean up, and it was just so nice. And I just want to tell him thank you for everything that he's done, and so good to have a good neighbor like that.
I'm extremely proud of Chase. There's many examples that we could use for that, and probably the proudest moment would be when he's at home with his family, spending time on Easter weekend, and he sees a neighbor in need. Instead of just saying, oh, I'm not going to bother with that, or I'm going to kind of push that off to the side, instead of doing stuff with his family, he says, hey, I'm going to help her out and clear her driveway or get that limb out of the street. That's probably the proudest moment, but really there's so many that really make me proud to be his manager.
When customers interact with Chase, they see professionalism, they see empathy. He always is out looking for ways to make people's day better. I think Chase carries Ryan's standards in his personal life and here at work, just by helping others and always putting people first, making sure that he's serving others before he serves himself.
When I heard the story of Chase helping his neighbor out, it was not a surprise at all to me. That's who he is. He sees a need, he fills it. He's got that character that's just always looking for where a need is and how he can fill that need. And he's got a heart full of compassion, and so it's no surprise to me at all. I think that when a customer sees Chase interacting with them, that they're seeing somebody that cares about them, about what's going on, and he gives them opportunity to feel heard, and not just like, oh, he's here doing a job, but he's actually there and cares about people rather than just, I'm here to make money.
The thing I want to leave with my fellow Ryan associates is always serve others. And it doesn't necessarily even have to be that I'm a Ryan pro and so I must serve others. You're a human being, and we're here to help each other. And so if you ever see somebody that needs help, or you see somebody that, say they have a flat tire, stop and help them. There is no greater feeling in the world than serving someone else with no benefit to yourself.